In the heart of an enchanting African village, where the sun painted the sky with warm hues and the laughter echoed through the air, there lived two sisters named Kaya and Nia. Orphaned at a young age, Nia, the eldest, assumed the role of a mother and took care of Kaya. The village, tightly knit and supportive, became their home. Kaya, blessed with beauty that rivaled the blossoming flowers, harbored a secret that set her apart from her fellow villagers: an insatiable thirst for materialistic treasures. Growing up with little, her heart yearned for the luxuries that adorned the lives of the more fortunate. One day, a charismatic merchant arrived, his caravan filled with treasures that sparkled like the stars in the night sky. Jewelries, silky fabrics, exotic perfumes, and waist beads called out to Kaya, assuming a hunger she couldn't ignore. Determined to lift herself from the shadows of poverty and acquire those treasures, Kaya decided to hatch a plan to secure her desires. Kaya thought of several ways to get the money needed, and her eyes fell on her sister's husband, who had just sold his bountiful harvest and was sure he had lots of money to give her. Hence, her first target became her sister's husband, a kind-hearted man who had provided for them. With a slight charm and flutter of her eyelashes, Kaya seduced him, coaxing money from his pockets. However, the money she received was not enough to buy what she wanted, making her gaze turn towards the wealthiest man in the village, the esteemed village chief. Kaya embarked on a treacherous path. Her enchanting allure worked its magic, and soon the chief was ensnared by her cunning and seductive ways. Lavish gifts and promises of a luxurious life flowed in her direction, with him blinded to the web of deceit she was weaving. Kaya got all the things she wanted from the merchant, but she wanted more, and continued to sleep with her sister's husband, the village chief, and anyone who could give her money or expensive gifts. She did not care about whom she hurt, as long as she got what she wanted. Meanwhile, Naya, unaware of her sister's dark pursuit, continued to nurture the bond they shared. Little did she know that Kaya's actions would shatter their world. One fateful evening, as the moon cast its silvery glow upon the village, Naya returned home earlier than usual. To her dismay, she stumbled upon a scene that would haunt her forever. Kaya entangled with her husband in a web of betrayal. Heartbroken and enraged, Kaya confronted her sister, tears streaming down her face as she struggled to comprehend the depth of Kaya's betrayal. News of Kaya's deceit spread like wildfire through the village, and all her deceitful acts were brought to limelight. When this news reached the ears of the elders, they were outraged by the destruction of trust and harmony within their village, and they convened to decide Kaya's fate. Underneath the ancient Iroko tree, the elders invoked the spirits. The air resonated with the power of ancient magic as they tabled the matter before the spirits, who punished Kaya by casting a spell that transformed Kaya into a goat. Her once lustrous hair now replaced by a coat of soft fur, her eyes reflecting remorse and innocence instead of greed and cunning. The next morning, the villagers awoke to find the transformed Kaya grazing in the fields. Beside her stood the village chief's wife, her gaze filled with a sense of justice. The village, once torn apart by Kaya's actions, now stood united in the face of a powerful lesson. And so the moral of the story echoed through the ages. In the journey of life, we should treasure the harmony of our relationships and the sincerity of our hearts, because the temptation of worldly wealth may lead us down a dangerous path that will ultimately cause us to become someone we never meant to be. Also, the pursuit of worldly desires can blind us to the true riches of love and trust, causing irreparable damage to the very fabrics of our lives.